This lesson is meant for SS1 students. Good day and welcome to Learner's Corner. My name is Babakura Modu. As stated in the previous video that a dependent clause is a clause or group of words that has subject and verb combination but cannot stand alone to express a complete thought. Therefore, dependent clause is divided into three, and these are 1. Noun clause, 2. Adjectival clause, 3. Adverbial clause. In this video today, we are gonna study the noun clause as one of the three types of dependent clause. But before we get started, let's look at the learning objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to 1. Define noun clause, explain the functions of noun clauses, 3. Identify the noun clauses in a sentence. Now, what is a noun clause? A noun clause is a group of words that has subject and verb combination and function as a noun or pronoun in a sentence. The clause performs the same function as the noun or pronoun. Example: that he is dull is not my problem. That he is dull is subject, that is, this is the noun clause. Is the verb. So, that he is dull, this is the noun clause as I mentioned earlier, because it contains the subject, which is he, and is the verb. Therefore, it is a clause, and this clause serves as a subject, and is the main verb, the actual verb. Let's look at the second example. I know what you are thinking. I is the subject, know is the verb. What you are thinking is the object. What you are thinking is also the clause, because we have the subject you and the verb are. Now let's look at the functions of noun clauses. Noun clause can have up to 5 functions, but in this video we are gonna restrict ourselves into 2 different functions. The first is noun clause as subject, and secondly, noun clause as object. A noun clause as subject is a clause that comes before the main verb. A noun or a pronoun can replace it and becomes grammatically correct. For instance, that he was stubborn was not surprising. That he was stubborn is subject, was is the verb. Therefore, this is the clause, or rather the sentence. But the first statement, the one that is underlined, that is that he was stubborn, is the noun clause. Why do we say it is a noun clause? Because we have the subject, which is he, and was is the verb. Therefore, this is the noun clause, and this noun clause serves as the subject of the sentence, while was is the verb in the sentence. Let's look at the next example. What surprises me is that the man doesn't come these days. So what surprises me is the noun clause, because we have what, the subject, and surprises, the verb. And then we also have another noun clause, that the man doesn't come these days. This is another clause, because we have the man subject, doesn't come the verb phrase. That is, this is the verb, therefore it is a noun clause. So the first one, what surprises me, is the subject, is the verb, that the man doesn't come these days is the object. So when you want to replace this one with the noun or pronoun, you can have he is there, for instance, or he is the man. So he can replace what surprises me. So he is, then the woman, for instance. So the woman can also replace this. You can even say this is it, this is it. So we have it that can replace that the man doesn't come these days. So if you want, you can say he is the man. A noun clause as an object is a clause that comes after the verb, and a noun or pronoun can also be used to replace the clause. Example, the money is what is needed in the meeting. The money is the subject, is the verb. What is needed in the meeting is the object. So, if you want to replace what is needed, which is the object in this sentence, you can even say the money is his, for instance. The money is his. So we have his there, which replaces the noun clause. And this his is possessive pronoun. And why do we say it is a clause? Because we have what, which is the subject, is the verb. Let's look at the second example. I know what color I'm going to use. I, subject, know, verb. What color I'm going to use, object. So if you want to replace what color I'm going to use, you can say I know him. You can see what color I'm going to use is replaced by him. If you want to replace it with a noun, you can say I know Aisha. Therefore, Aisha replaces what color I'm going to use. So this is how you are going to identify a noun clause in a sentence. Make sure you can use either a pronoun or a noun to replace a noun. And that's what brings us to the end of today's lesson. But before we end the lesson, let's have this exercise. Give example of each of the following kinds of clauses. 1. Noun clause as object of the preposition. 2. Noun clause as subject complement. 3. Noun clause as object complement. That's all for today. Till we meet in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.